Good afternoon, and thank you very much for joining. I'll give you just some background of this presentation so that you would know that it has some context. Last year, Evaluation Network of South Asia, which is a network of some national organizations including Pakistan Evaluation Network, made an attempt to put together their experiences into a document which is Evaluation South Asia. So we have in this one case study on Pakistan, one on Sri Lanka, on Nepal and some other countries. And that was the first attempt to bring a regional perspective to evaluation networks. Previously, these organizations, including the Pakistan Evaluation Network, was working nationally, but also was integrated with to IOCE. But IOCE was quite far, and we were working virtually together, but we didn't have a lot of personal interaction. So when this ANSA concept came up, and Sri Lankan Evaluation Association was also one of the catalysts to do it, we took it really very warmly, and we joined hands, and we tried to put together our experiences, and this presentation is basically an extract from that. So I will just show you some of the basic thoughts in this presentation, and then I will discuss some of the issues. Then I spoke to Ray, and I said I have this case study. If he thinks that it could fit in the program and if it will benefit our other colleagues, I would like to present, and they agreed. In this presentation, we had three parts. First part is on objectives of the paper, definitions as I used in this paper, because there are many definitions around, but I used particular definitions for this paper, so I will just share with you the definitions. Then the evaluation scenario in Pakistan, and this I would say is not so different from what we heard from the minister from Sri Lanka, because when she was talking about when they started, what was the situation, I said, deja vu. I have already heard of it. I have already seen it in my country, except that maybe we are a few steps behind them. But this situation were more or less similar. Then also I will explain to you what the public sector is using as conventional project planning cycle. Then alternate approach that the Pakistan Evaluation Network professionals try to build. Because then we realize some gaps, and I'll tell you which kind of gaps we identified. Then we try to have an alternate approach to vis-a-vis this conventional approach. And also identified main issues in the development, monitoring and evaluation, and you could see that here I use the word development, which is not normally used. Because we thought when we continue to say monitoring and evaluation, we will continue to work conventionally, because now it's embedded in our system in the conventional project cycle. So let's move away and let's have a change of terminology a bit, so that we start to also think a bit about change. So the second part contains the strategy which the group developed to address the issues. It is called awareness framework, and you will see how it is laid out, and also the proposed implementation plan. So up to here, I think we thought we could work so far quite well, and the next steps we still have to develop. The part 3 is about just one-pager introduction of Pakistan Evaluation Network, PEN. So as I said, that the objective of this paper is to describe the evaluation scenario in Pakistan, identify issues, and draw some conclusions for future action. All right, these are 4 terms that we are using. I have just added on the side 2 thoughts. Monitoring that I have used is defined as a practice through which project progress is tracked, problems are identified and corrective measures taken, which is an important step that we heard in other presentations. Usually with shorter term turnaround time, so as to keep the work going in the right direction. This we also think is the purpose of monitoring. It's not just a definition, but it's basically the purpose of monitoring that we use it for. And then I use a thought for efficiency, because we think that if we are monitoring, at the same time we are also looking at some of the indicators which we call efficiency indicators. That means optimal use of our resources, which is not included in the term of monitoring, but when we think of monitoring, we can think of efficiency and we can think of how well we are using our resources. This is one idea which we wanted to introduce also in this scenario that we had. Second thing is that when we talked about evaluation, which we consider a systematic assessment of various aspects of the program or the project to reach some conclusions about the performance as well as success or failure of the program or the project. Here also, if you would observe that, like the minister said in the morning, and I was very happy when she said that we report success but we don't report failure. Why do we report success? Because there is always a pressure for success stories. We keep calling, get us success stories, let's put success stories, let's put case studies, success stories, and inform our stakeholders how well we have done. But nobody likes to say, talk about failure stories. Then we used another word that is called lessons learned. Because in lessons learned, you might have success, you might have failure, you have learned some lesson. And another thing was that with failure, we attach penalty. If somebody fails, we say, then this person or this organization or this project team has to be penalized because they didn't work well. But we do forget that there we have to look at different factors, internal and external factors, to really assess the success and failure of the project or the program. Here I also used another thought that is called effectiveness. This also I borrowed from, normally I borrow these from the quality management concepts. When we talk about efficiency while the implementation is going on, but towards the end we look at the effectiveness, which can be described in many ways, like outcome, impact, change, lot of things. But if you say effectiveness, that means when you are looking at the success and failure, you are looking how effective your program was. Were you able to achieve your objectives? Were you able to achieve your long-term, medium-term, short-term goals? All these things. So I try to embed some of the terminology which was not conventionally used, but we try to bring into this system. Okay, I just charted out this, how it works, the scenario in Pakistan, and it's like most of the developing countries that we have underfunded public sector development program, which is called PSDP. Underfunded not only in absolute terms, but in terms of other sectors. And my colleagues from Pakistan would also know what I mean. That we have maybe large allocations for projects which might not directly be affecting the change, but because of the need for public works, we are doing those projects.